Hello, and welcome back for another round of Tipsy Wednesday. I'm your host, Björn, and today I have me with me always and usual, Thomas.
Hello.
Hello, Thomas. And Junior.
Hello.
Yeah, words are difficult.
Word, brother.
Yeah, word, brother. Yeah, so is it too early to be saying Merry Christmas?
We have one
We're
episode
all-
left before Christmas.
Yeah. But
Too
we're
early.
all-
So it's a bit early, but not too early.
We're all
Too
having
early.
we're still, despite Junior claiming it's too early, we have our Christmas decor up.
Of
Christmas
course, we're in December,
background
so
And we even took the effort of bringing Christmas headwear.
yeah, except
Um,
Junior, he has the unedited.
He has the,
It's basically a picture of a, of a Santa's hat.
Yeah, and if, we'll
If he
see how
moves
long
the Santa hat is in place.
it's off center. We'll see how long I'll stick with mine because it's really warm. Oh dear, it's warm. But no, well.
Yeah, we said
So
so,
we'll see.
for the Norwegian podcast as well, and we managed to sit with them throughout the episode.
Yeah, maybe I'll just.
Though
power through.
I have an advantage because I have no hair underneath.
Yeah.
As well, this is a bit thinner than your actual.
Yeah, this is an actual, like, what do you fucking say? Headwear? Was it a hat? Cap? No, it's not a cap. Even. It's,
I don't know the English word for those.
yeah.
They're meant to keep your head and ears warm throughout the winter when you're outside, at the very least.
Yeah. And I'm inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can add some snow during the editing, so it seems like we're outside. Maybe that will cool you down.
Yeah. That's up to you, but hey.
I will not have snow. No.
Yeah.
Well, not good of suggestions here. Bad suggestions.
Oh well. How anything new since we last spoke? Any exciting news? What have you been doing?
Yes,
What?
this is the fourth fucking day in a row I have put up my green screen.
Exciting.
Yes, because on Friday we recorded a Norwegian podcast. And as per usual, we record Tips Wednesday straight afterwards, but we decided not to, so I put the green screen down again. Then on Saturday we were supposed to do the podcast. So I put it up again, then Björn sent a text asking if we could delay it till Sunday.
Mhm.
So I put it down again. Then on Sunday, I put it up again because we were supposed to record. And then my daughter sent a text because she had been in the town next over for a volleyball tournament. And she came home late, but earlier than expected, and I had to go meet her and help her bring the bags and shit home. So it became too late to record, so we decided to record today. So I put the green screen down again, and today I put it up again for this episode. So yeah, I've been putting it up and down 4 days in a row. 2 of them for nothing.
Well, time constraints.
Yeah.
And stuff happens.
Life.
Yeah.
So I've decided I need to buy one of those green screens you guys have.
Yeah, the speedy, like,
Yeah, you basically have a suitcase you open and just drag it up, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a big fucking bag with the 2 side poles that needs to be put up, and then I have the thing like across the 2 poles with the actual like
You have like a green
curtain kind of
curtain,
green screen. Yeah. So it's a lot bigger than yours. So I have use for it. I need a bigger green screen as well, because I can buy just a curtain that is wider than the one I have, which I do need when I do skits, because 2 meters is too small for skits, but it's too darn big for just sitting in front of the computer.
Bigger
So-
is better.
So I should have a new curtain for skits, and the curtain itself is not expensive. It's like $50 or so. So that's fairly cheap. But the damn suitcase you guys have is like $1,600 for or something like that, isn't it?
What?
No, not
No.
$1,600, but
No, not 60,
150 or
160
something.
or something. Yeah. Though I do know some guys that works at a shop where they sell those, where I could probably get it a bit cheaper, but it's still somewhat expensive.
Yeah, that's how we got ours, because it was on a local guy was selling them. He had 2 of them, and he was selling them at basically barely used and 50% each. So
Nice.
so no, they weren't actually used at all. They were still in the package.
Even
And he
better.
sold them. Yeah, and he sold them brand new. He didn't have any use for them anymore because he just bought them and never used them, and then
Mhm.
sold them for 50% off original price. So it was like, yeah, I'll grab both of them and I'll keep one, and the junior here purchased one off of me. So
Yeah, because you basically got 2 for the price of 1 then.
yes.
Yeah. And I need to purchase one, I think, next year, because it will save me a lot of time putting it up and down. And I can use this big one for skits and whatnot when I actually need to.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's real convenient. It's
Yeah,
literally
I
up in
kind
like
of,
1 minute.
kind of figured.
Yeah. It's-
So as I say, I actually need it too, because I do a lot of skits. I put a lot of work into those on the Norwegian podcast, for the social medias, for local stuff we do, which I like doing. So I don't plan on stop doing it. So for me, it would be an investment just to buy the bigger curtain, which is 3 meter wide instead of 2. So I
Yeah,
can actually move a
recently-
bit without getting outside the curtain.
Yeah, recently you've been putting a lot of work in our local Christmas quiz
Yeah.
on our Norwegian podcast. You've put quite a lot of effort into the acting part of the presentation of our quizzes, which is
Yeah, I like doing it.
Yeah, I
And I
find
think
them entertaining,
I
yeah.
find it fun, and the listeners do as well.
so,
So,
yeah, it's just a little.
It's rewarding in
entertaining
its
thing.
own
It's-
way, and I would like to do that for Tipsy Wednesday as well. But our audience base need to grow a bit more.
We need more listeners.
We need more
We need
listeners, yeah,
more.
no, but we need more active. I want to say active players, active fans on social medias for me to find it worth to use all the time and energy making those skits and put them up there. Like now, it's very little action on the social media side for Tips Wednesday. So for me to use an entire day just filming and editing and put up a 2-3 minute skit and almost no one will watch it, nah.
Mm.
Maybe we will get more people on social medias if you release the videos.
Yeah, I don't know, because most people in the social medias are fans that listen to the podcast. So if the listeners don't join the social media platforms anyways, they won't see it.
Hmm.
Yep, that's how it is.
So
Pretty much.
On that note, if you're a listener and you are not on our social medias, please join. The more followers we have there, the more effort I will put into social media managing.
And why should you, as a listener, join us on our social medias? Well, for feedback, basically, and
Christmas gifts. Christmas contest.
We don't promise Christmas gifts for every follower, but
No, but it might be worth putting out a Christmas quiz or something during the Christmas time where people can answer the quiz and have a chance to win a prize. So yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, on social medias, we post alternative titles for the episode, which weren't used. Some of them may actually be quite funny. So there's that.
Yeah.
There's pictures
What is it?
sometimes, especially during the summertime when we are all together. So yeah, we do stuff on social medias
Yeah.
Occasionally.
occasionally.
When
Yeah,
we
oh,
are rarely like on the rare occasion we're all gathered together.
yeah, but see,
Physically.
the Norwegian social medias for the Norwegian podcast have like 3 or 4 times the amount of followers that we have on the Tipsy Wednesday social medias. So just on a regular basis, more stuff happens on the Norwegian podcast or social
Mm.
medias. So I would like for that to happen here as well, but we do need more listeners join in on the social medias.
Yeah, to do that, maybe we should hop into some topics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless
Good
Junior,
thinking.
unless you have something you're burning to tell, or something you did since last week, or I'm just giving you a chance here.
No,
Just-
no, no, no.
No, nothing of interest.
I fixed my computer.
You fixed your computer. Yeah, you had a tech issue with your water cooler, CPU cooler. So
Yeah.
I'll just assume you got your new one.
Yeah, I got my new one. Mounted it. Everything runs.
May I
Absolutely.
ask what brand you got, what size? And this is just for my own curiosity. I didn't
The-
ask specifically last time.
Cooler Master something.
Yeah, is it a twin fan, 120,
Yeah, twin fan.
240 millimeter radiator?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, should be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
You're here with us now, recording a podcast. So
yes.
hooray! That works at least.
Yeah, I didn't not expect it to work. Yeah.
Yep.
I-
We all assumed it to work.
Yeah.
You were with us last time with a hack job of a emergency repair from your part.
yeah, and it works.
So props to you for that, at least. Yeah. So, other than that, since last time, on my part, I've been on a business trip and business work aside, while being in the grand capital of Norway.
The grand capital.
Yeah, no, it is the capital of Norway though. But the capital of Norway, that's besides the point. I went to Outland.
It's a
Yes, it's
a Danish comic book company, which have stores in the biggest cities in Norway.
yes, and it's pretty much just it's a store. It's a physical store, but they sell like mangas and other nerdy stuff, I guess.
You guessed it. They sell anime T-shirts, anime
Yes,
figurines,
anime merchandise.
comic books in general, Brandon Sanders books. I saw the Mistborn
Yeah.
series at my local Outland as well. Board games, Warhammer.
Warhammer stuff,
the
all
yeah.
of the Warhammer.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much the nerdy shop in a nutshell.
Mm.
So yeah, of course I had to grab a little something for myself when I was there. So this will be like a
Is
mini.
this show and tell?
It could be a show and tell. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
fuck
I-
yeah! I want to know what you bought, and I want to bring back show and tell for a one more
Okay,
go.
so show and tell. One more go. Here we go.
Oi, come on then. Show us something new.
Okay, little man. Tipsy Wednesday presents Show and Tell.
All right. So I bought myself a figurine, an anime collectible. It wasn't. I didn't want to get something that was like dirt cheap, but at the same time, I didn't want to. I wanted to buy those silly fucking ass expensive figurines from Code Geass or Attack on Titan or something but they were like the most expensive ones were like 800 euros, like literally. Like yeah, that was like holy shit. Great figurines, great collectibles, but I got one that cost 80 euros, like give or take for currency, and it was for one of the shows I've recently taken a liking to, one of the new greats in my opinion, and yeah, it's a little chainsaw man.
Nice.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like a decent sized one, I think. It's like
13
not like-
centimeters. Thereabouts.
yeah. It's like, yeah, because I'm a huge fan of that show, as well as Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, of course. But yeah,
I will say this about the anime figurines though. I was scouting out a couple of ones for you guys for Christmas. And I did scout out the Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen figurines. But I went with something else entirely this year.
all right, okay,
But it's a nice looking figure though.
yeah. So that's 80 euros well spent. Will be
What?
placed in my figurine
Cabinet.
locker collection. Yeah, cabinet. So I'll glance over it every once in a while. I'll go like, "Yeah, that's nice." And I'll walk past.
You make it sound like
well
such a
worth-
waste when you say it like that.
But come on, that's what the common man on the street would be like. What the fuck, did you pay 80 euros for that little plastic thingy and just glance on it every once in a while? It's
No
like, yeah.
fucking shit. My mother were here a couple of weeks ago, and I had 3 glass cabinets with Witcher figurines.
Yes.
And we dusted off them and everything and moved them about in the living room. Switched the walls, basically. And she was like, what do these ones cost? And I started talking about cost, and she was like, Jesus fuck, I have an entire salary laying around. Thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it adds up fast. And seeing the cost of these things, it's
You spend what? 80? $80.
Yeah, around-
$80 on this figurine in particular.
Yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
thought it was $800.
No. That was the expensive ones that I
Didn't
like,
buy.
that I didn't buy because economy. Yeah.
But I want to say also, figurines, I do have a lot of them on top of my, or above my computer screen. But now
Yeah,
that
I
it's
recall
Christmas,
you-
all of them are gone. I had the
Oh, no.
Terminator and the Batman and Doctor
yeah.
Who and everything, but now they're full of these Santas everywhere.
Ah,
There's even a light in this one.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Thank you. But in a couple of weeks, they will be taken down and the figurines will be back up.
Yep.
As it should be.
As it should
Perfect.
be, yeah. But now it's Christmas and I love Christmas and I have decorated my entire house.
Perfectly balanced.
My mother didn't like my high school DxD wallpapers. Or, well, not wallpapers, but, the
Mm.
images
yeah.
I have on my wall.
I know what those are
Yeah.
themed. What the theme?
Yeah,
of
sexual themed lewd girls. My mother was like, "No wonder you're single."
Oh, snap!
She didn't
From
say that
your-
specifically, but the tone of how she didn't like them was like, I thought inside her head she was thinking, "That's the reason you're single."
Not good though. Not good.
They are not the reason why I'm single.
I think it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Copium level 100.
Oh.
But Björn, you're
Yeah.
leading this episode, so move us
Yeah.
along.
Yes. Yes. Let's just stay nerdy for this one topic, and then we'll go to some less nerdy topics while we're. I don't know what to say. While we're
Less
on the
nerdy?
top.
What the fuck? Is Donald Trump nerdy? Even a
No.
little?
I'm talking about the Fallout one.
Yeah, but and then we would move on to the less nerdy.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Less nerdy. Yeah. Fallout, guys. Do you know of the game series, Fallout series from Bethesda, Todd Howard?
Know of the
No,
games. I even know fucking MacGyver is voicing the first original game in the game.
Oh, I
He's
didn't
one
know
of the, he's
that.
one of the bad guys though. But
Oh. Well,
I never played through the games though.
Not even the newer ones from Fallout 3 and up.
I have Fallout 1, 2, 3, and Vegas, but I haven't played them.
Mm. Well, now it's been announced that ascending from the game series, there will be a movie series, a TV show. It will be airing on Amazon Prime, directly from the story, from the Fallout games story. You'll be following a vault girl who escapes the vault and goes into the wilderness, like in the games. And it's announced, it'll be on Prime Video on next year.
An
On
underrated
April-
app if you're not junior.
April the 12th is the date, as it currently stands. So yeah, however, it's, like I said, it's a direct adaptation from the games, the story and all, from Todd Howard's Fallout.
The
And
entire
say-
story, or just the start
I'm-
of how everything is meshed together,
The-
and
the
then
whole-
you just
the
follow
whole
a random
set-
person from a random vault, or is it the vault from the actual games?
I have no idea, but
No.
the whole setting, I don't know if they follow a particular game, but I don't think so. It's this setting. However, thinking back to the latest Fallout releases and seeing how once upon a time, when a Bethesda game released back in the, I don't know, Oblivion, Skyrim days, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, it usually meant, yeah, it was a buggy mess, but it was an overall, like, well-received game release. It
A
gained
pleasant
popularity.
buggy
A
mess.
pleasantly buggy release. But lately, in the wake of the not-so-popular Fallout 4 and the not-so-popular, not as well-received, and the less well-received Fallout, what's it called, Vault or something?
76?
Vault
Yeah, the
76,
online
yeah.
game basically.
The
isn't
on-
that it?
yeah,
Mm.
that was like in the grand scheme of things, it was a huge flop. So thinking back to those disappointing game releases, I can't help but be skeptical about the TV series release as well. Just knowing,
I think someone over at Prime just looked at
The Last of Us?
The Last of Us and thought, yeah, we need to find a game and make some good shit.
Yeah, but I don't know. I have I don't know what to think. I just automatically, because of the latest game releases, have been kind of meh.
That wouldn't be what
and-
put me off, though. That would kind of be the other adaptations that has been done, like the Witcher series, which is not at all like the games or the books, or fucking Ring. What's it called again? Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, the newest one.
Yeah. That also
was a
flopped,
Prime
and
show
that
as
was
well.
a Prime show. Yeah, but then again, The Boys is super awesome.
Yeah, so you have the odd one out.
So it's all about how they do it, and if it receives good reviews, I will give it a shot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Though I didn't play the games, I have read like the overall story throughout the games because they do interest me. I just didn't get the time or prioritize the games, so I will give the show a go.
Well, that's good on you.
Because I don't have the games to like compare it to or something, so I think I can like it.
Even though the story of Fallout 4 sucks.
Yeah, that was my thinking as well. The stories, plural, of the Fallout games in general, thinking back to Fallout 4 and for the heck of it, let's just throw Skyrim in there as well, which isn't a Fallout game, but it's a Bethesda game. The story isn't like super intriguing. It's like, yeah, in Skyrim you like You're the Dragonborn, and
you're the chosen
fight.
one.
You fight the dragons from World Apocalypse. It's like, it's not super intriguing, but the
Skyrim
Bethesda
was a
games
good game
are
overall in a way, though.
yes, a buggy good game. But it's like those games are more of like adventure sandboxes. You can choose your own adventure, choose your own build, your own RPG kind of thing. That's basically what they've been doing right. But I find it harder, and therefore I find it harder to believe they could make a really good TV series based off of the story of a Fallout game, because the stories of the Fallout games hasn't been super captivating. You could I wouldn't compare them to the story of other game to movie adaptations like the first seasons of Witcher.
Okay, what kind of Fallout game have you ever played then?
Fallout 3, New Vegas, and
Did you
Fallout 4.
Did you actually play through New Vegas?
I can't. No, I don't think so. I stopped midway.
What do you actually remember about New Vegas?
It's been so long. Very little.
Yeah, but see, I think the games are, or the story might be kind of relevant now with all the wars going on. Because the Fallout series do actually start with a nuclear fallout. And people are hiding in bunkers throughout the world to survive. And the top of the world becomes like a wasteland. Isn't that like...
Maybe it'll get like Last of Us vibes then, because it's post-apocalyptic setting. So, yeah, who knows? I'm not immediately interested because of the super interesting story setting. It's so that's just my take on it.
I would recommend.
But yeah,
it's just try it out and then just judge after you've seen an episode or two.
Yeah, hell, I watched the new Rings show. The fucking I can't recall the name of it, but I watched it. The Lord of the Rings show on Prime. I watched through the whole thing.
Rings of Power, isn't that the name?
Rings of Power, it's called. Yeah. That wasn't too impressed, but I still watched it. So, and if the Fallout show gets remotely any good reviews, or I don't watch reviews from.
Okay, do you think the premise will even work?
I think it'll work. Just because the games have been hugely popular. More so the older games.
Yeah,
I
don't
think
know
it'll be
how
a
they will
success
adapt the
too.
story anyway. So
No, we have. I have no idea, but I just.
What?
it's just going into this with bad attitude, and then you might be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah,
It's the best way.
Hopefully. How all of this summarized, I just. Long story short, the latest game releases have been meh, so this automatically associates with the latest games. That's my thinking. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think they have a decent chance of being really good. Who had heard of the Boys comics before the show, even?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And the guy who write the Boys, he hates superheroes, and that shows in the show. And I found out recently that he's made other superhero comics, making fun of Superman and Batman and those. And in one of those comics, Hooker becomes a superhero.
Okay, that's very anti-hero. I guess.
No, it's it seemed kind of funny. I just saw some reviews on YouTube, but yeah.
Yeah, he has a track record of going out of his way to make bad super movie.
Making superheroes bad, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fallout after a superhero fight and everything like that. So yeah. So I don't actually think he hates superheroes, because then he wouldn't make things about superheroes. I just think he has a kind of love-hate relationship with them, because he sees all the negative sides as well as the good sides.
Yeah, and it really shows in the boys,
Mm-hmm.
all of the where they put emphasis on the tropes of modern society and on superheroes.
Society.
Yeah, on the whole superhero idea as well. They just really puts an emphasis on that. It's really entertaining. It's like, yep, that's exactly how it is. So, yeah, shall we move swiftly on to some less nerdy things, Thomas? Sticking to movies or TV series?
Yes.
Okay,
Charlie Sheen might be fucking back.
What the fuck?
You know, he haven't done anything in ages.
Yeah.
After 2.5 Men, he did another show called Anger Management, and then he kind of disappeared off the screen. 2017, he did a movie about 9/11, which flopped, and then he hasn't done anything, basically, since then. And just recently, he appeared in 2 episodes of a show from the guy who made 2.5 Men. They have mended their relationship somewhat, and Charlie enjoyed being back, doing stuff with him. So Charlie wants to come back to the spotlight, entertaining people. He wants to become the guy he was in the late 80s, early 90s, where he was the hard-working actor who came first and left last to entertain people.
And did all the drugs.
Before the drugs.
Before the drugs.
And he's sober now, somewhat.
Somewhat.
Somewhat. Yeah, I think he is sober now. And he did in this Chuck Lorre show he did now. They recreated a 2.5 Men moment from one of the first episodes, where he's playing poker with some guys, and Jake the kid stands behind him, just commenting on the cards, making the other guys around the table think that Charlie has bad cards, and they think he's going to lose, and then he wins a lot of money because Jake was lying. Because he knew all the signs everyone did when they had bad cards and whatnot and were lying.
Yeah,
So
the body language.
Yeah. So they kind of recreated this scene, and they even had the guy who played Jake was back. He also played poker with the guys in this episode, and Charlie played Charlie himself, basically. And the other guests that were playing at the table were the same guys that were in the original episode as well. It made Charlie want to make more stuff. And I know someone has been looking at rebooting 2.5 Men as well, so who knows?
And if that's the case, do you think people will be happy with the nostalgic return of 2.5 Men, just doing the same but new, I guess? Just
I fucking would, because I really
show.
love 2.5 Men. I can watch reruns of it all the fucking time.
Yeah, but you're an old soul, right?
But there's a lot of old souls that want the old shows back.
I just enjoy the way Charlie plays the character Charlie. It's all made for him. And it took basically 10 years after the show ended, or what the fuck, from the show ended till I actually watched the Ashton Kutcher era of 2.5 Men. Because I kind of quit after Charlie, and every time I watched the show, I stopped after Charlie and never saw the 4 seasons afterwards. So Charlie wasn't a loop for me when it came. But recently I watched all the show from episode 1 to the last episode. And it was okay, but it wasn't the same after Charlie.
Yeah.
So doing something like that again with Charlie, I would fucking watch it. Or just have Charlie come back in whatever manner in a sitcom show. He did another sitcom show back in the day as well. Spin City. Where he took over the torch from Michael J. Fox when he got... when his disease was too much for him to keep acting. Because he has Parkinson's disease.
Spin City?
Spin City, yeah.
Spin City?
Yeah, it went for 4 seasons or so in the mid-90s. with Michael J. Fox, the guy who plays in Back to the Future. Yeah. So he did the first seasons, and then he quit, and Charlie came in for the last season, I think, playing a character called Charlie. And he basically was Charlie in that season, or in that show as well.
Surprise, surprise.
So yeah, I want to watch him come back and do Charlie stuff, minus all the drugs and stuff behind the cameras, so he can actually focus on on the work.
I was just thinking when Junior said, with all the drugs, and you said, no, he was sober now. I was just thinking back to the scene where there's this old interview where this lady interviews Ozzy Osbourne when she says, when she basically says, are you sober now? And he literally goes, no, yeah. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Something inaudible. You can't interpret whatever he was trying to say.
The way he speaks, it's actually his dialect.
Yeah,
he has a really weird
clip.
dialect. I think it's extra bad in those interviews because he probably wasn't sober, but he has when he speaks, it's hard to fathom what he actually says because of the dialect he has on top of it. But when he sings in a more normal English dialect, so you can understand the songs.
Yeah.
But him just speaking regularly, he is hard to understand.
Yeah.
And there he is also doing a podcast, by the way.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the Osbournes. They had a podcast and they stopped for a while, and now they're back at it again. Him and his entire family. Yeah, I don't know if the Osbournes is the name of it, but it's something along those lines, I think.
You could probably Google it and it'll be right in there.
Yeah.
So, yep.
I could do so just now to get the name straight as well, but I can't bother. I just know.
Don't you want the extra advertisement for the Osbournes podcast?
Like Ozzy Osbourne need fucking advertisement from us.
I'm
We
a
could be the good
dreamer.
If he could advertise for us, that would be great. I don't think we need to advertise for him.
I've no idea how that would ever. Yeah.
It
no.
wouldn't.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't.
It wouldn't. He wouldn't
It would.
recommend us on his podcast.
What? Are you underselling Tipsy Wednesday?
No, but
we're being realistic.
But can you imagine
logical.
Ozzy Osbourne sitting there? You should listen to Tipsy Wednesday on Wednesdays nights on Spotify.
Well, now you're saying it, I could hear it.
Yeah, I just heard it.
Yeah.
You kind of sound. I have no idea, but I think you kind of sounded like him. It's like
I
mumbling.
tried, but I had to think of how we would say it. But
Yeah.
I didn't use the British as much as I should have.
British? Is he British?
He's British
Okay.
or English or whatever.
I thought it
Yeah.
was Australian.
No.
No.
Aussie?
Aussie. No.
That's his name.
the
not
other
the place.
That's the YouTuber, Aussie Man Reviews. He's an Australian. He's an
Yeah.
Aussie. That's the Aussie Man. As another.
Speaking of Ozzy, I saw my daughter's playlist on Spotify, and she had Ozzy Osbourne songs there,
Oh, right.
and some other metal songs. She
Yeah,
was like, you
classics
need to listen
never
to this,
die.
Dad. It's really good.
Oh!
Not Ozzy Osbourne, but the other metal band she was listening to, which I can't remember the name of. But
Wow.
But Ozzy Osbourne I do listen to.
Legends never die.
No, they don't.
Yep.
And he's live. Either
No.
way, so. Elvis Presley
Yeah.
died. He's a legend.
Jimi Hendrix died. He's a legend.
He will live on forever in our hearts. Haha.
Through his music, I think you mean.
Okay, yeah. Through his music. and
Unfortunately,
forever in our hearts.
I'm not carrying Jimi Hendrix in my heart. but he will keep living through his music. Yeah.
Right. So for the last one, finally not nerdy in any way, shape, or form. There will be a presidential election coming up next year.
Coming to you!
Early next year, even.
March 17th, and it'll be an exciting period. We'll see who'll be the next president. Mighty curious who will be running for election, but
I think Biden will be running for the Democrats. Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah,
Presidential election on March the 17th
Yeah.
in Russia.
in Russia. That will
In
not
Russia.
be...
Oh, in
So
Russia.
yeah, I'm mightily interested in who the candidates are for the Russian presidential election. I'm just
I
it'll
know.
be
I know.
very
I
exciting.
know. I
very
do know
exciting
Putin
times.
is up for re-election, though. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
He announced
Oh,
it
really?
he announced his candidacy just recently.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
'Cause,
I'm really
y-
excited to
a-
see the
actually-
outcome of this.
Yeah, actually, his time is or supposed to be up now. He can't or he shouldn't be able to be elected more. But he changed the laws, which made it possible for him to run as president again and again. And
I
again.
am the law!
While you're on the topic of being re-elected by yourself again and again, I did some quick Googling around and found some sites stating that he could basically just re-elect himself until 2030.
Yeah, though I did read an article now that there are other people in the race. But the news article also said that Putin probably don't need to cheat this year to win. So who knows?
Wait, are there... Is there opposition?
Yeah, there is opposition that will lose. Yeah.
Yeah.
There always
or-
is. No, the
or
real
fall-
opposition is in the gulag.
Yeah, but I actually believe that the opposition will fall through a window or something.
No, there are staged
You mean-
opposition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Junior meant like quite literally.
No,
If there is
no.
opposition, they'll accidentally fall through a 10-story building, fall off of a 10-story building or something. It's like, shit happens
Yeah.
in Russia to the
R-
opposition.
In Russia, windows are dangerous.
It's not like the mob movie with Robert De Niro, the comedy one where he goes to a shrink, and one of the enforcers tell the shrink, "Yeah, he died by suicide. He stabbed himself in the back 17 times and threw himself off the bridge."
Mm.
Yeah.
You sure that? I think that was something from Sopranos.
No, that is actually from Analyze This or Analyze That. There are two movies,
okay.
Analyze This and Analyze That, with Robert De Niro as the mobster, Billy Crystal as the shrink, and Lisa Kudrow, who plays Phoebe in Friends, as the shrink's wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
So,
And in this accident, you say what happened?
yeah, it wasn't an accident. He died by suicide. He stabbed himself in the back 17 times and threw himself off the bridge,
Like
according
all
to the mob
accidents.
enforcers.
Okay. Mm.
As one
Complete
easily
accident.
does.
That's what he usually does, yeah, with a sword.
Do you think any of those accidental suicides will happen to the Russian opposition coming
Yeah.
up next year?
Yeah,
Perhaps.
If there's real opposition, I find it hard not to believe it will happen.
They just died by suicide, stabbed themselves in the back 17 times.
Yeah, because everyone in Russia who are politically something that doesn't stand for what Putin stands for, like they die under mysterious circumstances. Chucked down to a crime or suicide, usually.
Yeah, life works in a mysterious way.
Yeah,
when you-
real mysterious. Real
Yeah,
mysterious.
life. Putin works in mysterious ways.
So
Not so
that-
mysterious though, but he works in ways at the very least.
Works in ways, so yeah. So, the election, March 17th. Very excited to see the outcome of this. It's
Yeah, I also saw Putin were thinking
Yeah.
that early next year it might be safe as well for the occupied parts of Ukraine to vote for him as well.
Oh,
No, they did not the occupied parts. I meant the annexed parts could also
Yeah,
do the
yeah.
presidential election.
'cause that's what you want to do right after you've been conquered, I guess.
Hey, they voted
And
to be part of Russia, didn't they?
Sure,
At
they
gunpoint,
voted.
but they voted.
It was a free election with guns.
Free election at gunpoint.
Yeah.
You're free to choose or die. It's like
Choose your death.
I think even UN was involved or wanted to be involved. They said, yeah, if you're going to do the elections, make UN soldiers and officials be there, and they could oversee the elections. And Putin was like, no. Because it would be a lot harder to cheat if UN was there watching it.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of which, I thought you meant the American election, because isn't that
Yeah,
also
I just
next year?
I did this on purpose. I just I
Yeah.
jinxed you.
But when is the American election, though?
I actually don't know.
Because that
But
is
that's-
next year as
That
well,
is
isn't it?
actually more interesting and more interesting outcome, whether or not who will be elected, because it's more of a question rather than a given in Russia's
Mhm.
case. Yeah, so there's at least that.
I don't
Do
know.
you fucking think there's any chance that Trump will be on the stage again?
There is a decent chance for that, I think. Yeah, he could
Fucking
run
hell.
he could run the country from prison. They said, even if that happens. But he would just
Nice.
pardon himself, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I guess that's the smart thing to do. Just pardon yourself.
yeah, that would be.
Holy
Instead-
shit, that's criminal minds like 100 level.
Yeah.
You're a criminal. Become the president to uncriminalize yourself. Jesus Christ. That.
Yeah, on next Thanksgiving, he won't to pardon a turkey, he would pardon himself. And he fucking do look like a turkey, though, so it doesn't matter.
Do you see the difference? I cannot do it.
No.
No, that was so far off.
Yeah.
I don't think he has an accent.
He
has
is
a
an
way of
accent.
speaking. He is a way.
He's a wandering meme, though, that is.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, though, because we call Alexander Lukashenko, the president of Belarus, we call him Europe's last dictator. But is that really true? Isn't Putin a dictator?
Only
Yeah.
not by definition, but
No, by definition he is.
only formally.
Yeah.
He's not formally a dictator. But if you add 2 and 2, you usually get 4. So yeah, it's pretty much a dictatorship. Pretty much. It's just not formally known as a dictatorship.
It should be. It shouldn't be President Putin. It should be Dictator Putin.
Dick
That doesn't
Putin.
Dick Putin.
that doesn't go well with the people.
No, not within the country, but outside the country, people should actually call him a dictator, because that's what he is.
Yeah.
Dick
Yeah, well,
Putin.
I've nothing to add to that, or yeah. So yeah, with presidential elections out of the way for now until next year.
And with the podcast out of the way, I will
and with the
more
podcast-
Doctor Who with my daughter.
Yes,
Ooh.
that's prioritizing. Yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Doctor Who.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So with that, I'd like to thank our listeners for sticking with us for yet another nerdy episode of Tipsy Wednesday.
It wasn't that nerdy, though, was it?
Yeah, it was quite nerdy. Quite.
Not so nerdy that people can't keep up this time around, I think.
Maybe. So yeah. We have a link in the description which leads you to all of our social medias: Discord, Twitter, Facebook,
Tweeter.
Sorry,
Twitter X. Twitter.
X.
Yeah, but Tweeter.
X Twitter. X Twitter is correct in 2 ways. So X Twitter. Yeah. Thank y'all for listening, and see you next time.
Next time will be
Goodbye.
the last episode of this year.
Next time is the last episode of this year. Stay tuned for that.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.